So today I'm going to be talking about a new project that I've started with the Royal Papworth Hospital called Project Breathe. Now essentially this project is a way of monitoring my cystic fibrosis from home, which means that I will start having virtual clinics every other appointment. Now a virtual clinic is done over the phone or through a video call with a specialist CF nurse. The benefits of this, of course, is to cut down on clinic times at the hospital. It can reduce the possibility of cross-infection, but it's also a huge benefit to me because it means that I don't have to take a day off work to go to an appointment, blah 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 blah. But like I say, this is every other appointment. Of course, this doesn't apply if I fall unwell. I will still need to go to the hospital. So in the long run, the data that's collected can help to predict when an exacerbation is about to happen, which is pretty cool, right? The future has arrived. So I use a range of equipment to monitor my lung function, my sats, my temperature and my weight. I've also been given a Fitbit to monitor my heart rate, my sleep and exercise. And all these lovely gadgets connect to an app on my phone, which then collects all of the data and sends it over to my team at the hospital. So that, in a nutshell, is what Project Breathe is all about. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Let me show you all of the bells and whistles that I now own. I'll go through all of the gadgets that I have and let you know the positives and the negatives that I have experienced so far. So just before we go into it, you are supposed to be monitoring yourself every single day. Which, you know, for the first week that I got all of my gadgets, I was excited to use it and I was like, yeah, I'm inputting every single day. And then I just kept forgetting and then I became forgetful and then, yeah, but we're working on that. We are working on that. I will come to that in a little bit. But anyway, let's jump into the app. So I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here. So this is a specific app designed for Project Breathe itself. As you can see, you have the lung function, blood oxygen, temperature, weight, wellness and coughing. You input the wellness and coughing yourself. And then at the bottom you have the resting heart rate, the activity and the sleep. Wow, I only got 5 minutes 47. That doesn't make sense, Kate. 5 minutes sleep? No wonder I'm tired. We'll get onto that bit in a minute. That all connects to the Fitbit, which is connected to a separate app, the Fitbit app on my phone, and it all kind of integrates together and it does its little magic dance thing and it's like, what? Let's get into the equipment, the bit you've all been waiting for. I'm so excited to show you. So I'm going to begin with the sats machine, go onto my temperature, do the lung function, bish bosh bash, off we pop. Really easy device, you know what to do, you just stick it on the end of your finger, it automatically turns on, you click the little plus and then you click add at the top and it says capturing, ready to capture. 99, oh wow, I haven't got 99 for a long time. Wow, that rhymes. Oh. So there we go, that's captured that. All I needed to do was open it up and make sure my Bluetooth is on because it all connects via the Bluetooth. So next we're going to check my...
Trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
That scared the living daylights out of me. Oh my god. Alexa, shut up! So next of all, I'm going to do my temperature, which just comes out in this little pouch. Very, very easy to use. You've got one to measure the temperature on your head and in your ear. I usually, literally, you press it down for like a second and it's done. You hear the beep? Did you hear the beep? I heard the beep. Then, because I need to manually input this, I go to the temperature and then, oh no, don't save 0, Jesus Christ. What was it? 36.8, type that in, press save, off we pop. That's done. Temperature, easy, done. Next! So for my weight, they actually gave me a set of scales to use. And then again, you just click add, you type in your weight. Yeah, you have to manually input this one as well, which is absolutely fine because it literally takes a second. And again, you got like a nice little graph there of how you're doing. My scales are upstairs, so I will do that later. So with the wellness, you just go in here, you click add again, and you've got like this little slider on the scale of 1 to 10 of how you are feeling. And if you aren't feeling very well, you can say if you've got cold or flu or if you've got hay fever. I've got neither. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I am coughing a little bit, so I'm going to go for a 7 and then save, and then again just shows you the graph and shows you how you're doing. Moving on to the coughing bit, again click add and then you can say how much of a cough you have. I do have a moderate cough today, so I'm going to go for that, and then that is done. Like I say, I don't need to worry about the resting heart rate, the activity or the sleep because that all connects to the Fitbit, which I will talk about in just a second. Alright, let's move on to the lung function, which comes in this handy little pouch, and in it you get a nose peg, you get the mouthpiece, and you get the machine itself. It is so portable. All of this stuff is very portable, except from the scales. Obviously that's not very portable. All you need to do is connect the little mouthpiece to the top there, and then there's a little button on here which you press, beeps, and that's when you're ready to rock and roll. Once that is turned on, you click on the little plus and the little add, and then it will say connecting. Yeah, and then I'm ready to go. So as you can see on my little screen, it says that you have to blow for 6 seconds, and it will tell me when to stop, because it will go beep, 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 and that's 6 seconds over and done with. Now, I don't know how they're measuring their seconds, because for me, it feels like it's
1 Mississippi elephant, 2 Mrs.
Basically, you get the drift. It takes a long time. I feel like it's more than 6 seconds, so I'm going to put a little countdown and see if it actually is 6 seconds, because I'm interested to know, because I feel like it's a lot longer than that. Anyway, let's do the lung function. Okay, nose peg. Ah! That really hurt. That really hurt. Oh. Oh. Let's try that again, shall we? Lovely. Oh, I sound lovely. Oh, have I got to stop? Wow, maybe I should do all my videos like this. Anyway, let's move on and just get this over with. Okay, 6 seconds on the clock. Are you ready? That is not 6 seconds. That is not 6 seconds. I've gone very red. You can like click on up here and it'll show you what the percentage is. 67%, and what you can actually do on this app, sneaky deaky, if you don't like that score and you think, you know what, I can try and do better, then you can click the X button and it gets rid of it and you start again. No one will ever know. I've done this so many times where I'm like, I'm gonna beat that, I'm gonna beat that, I'm gonna beat that, and about 10 minutes later I'm like, anyway, let's try that again. Was that any better? 69. Do you know what? It kind of does get to a point where you're just like, yeah, that'll do. To clean it, obviously you need to turn it off first. And then you just take the mouthpiece off and you just wash that in soapy water, warm soapy water, and then pop it all back into the little pouch it comes in, and you are done with the lung function. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, when I first did my lung function on this machine, my lung function went down by 30%. And I was like, what? What's happening? What? Huh? What? Huh? And then I realised that I've got to put the nose peg on. So top tip, always remember your nose peg. And that's pretty much the app, other than the weight, which I will do a bit later on. So let me just talk about the Fitbit really quickly, which is actually quite cool. I've never had one before, but it is quite useful, and obviously the app with it goes really well. And I don't know about anyone else, but since I've got my Fitbit, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I check how many hours sleep I've got. How many hours sleep did I get this time, huh? Did I bid last night? 5 hours, 47 minutes? What were you doing, Kate? Oh, you didn't go to bed till 1. That would make sense. So there we go. This is what my Fitbit app looks like. You've got your steps up here. You've got all of the bells and whistles. Oh, 5 out of 5. Thanks. I didn't know I can do that. You can track your menstrual cycle if you so wish. You can also track your weight, which I haven't because it's done on the app. So, and your water and your food if you can be bothered, but I can't. So there we go. But the most interesting part of this for me is the sleep. I'm like obsessed. Yeah, I just find it fascinating how it tells when I am in and out of sleep. Like if I click on last night, it tells you all the different stages, doesn't it? The awake, the REM. That's a song, isn't it? Or is that a band? Could be a band. Hey Siri, is REM a song or a band?
Ryan is by noon.
Yeah, I just love seeing how many hours sleep I've got, because I always thought I slept quite a lot, but I don't. Turns out, oh, I don't. Well, hiccup in the middle of my speech. Thanks, Kate. You're welcome. The interesting part of the Fitbit is that when it gets to 10 minutes before an hour is up, so 10 to whatever hour it is, the Fitbit buzzes sometimes if you haven't done enough steps, and it's like, oh, you've got 250 more steps to go, Kate. And then I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, and I get up and I start walking on the spot, like, done, okay, done, and sit back down again. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm sure that's how you're supposed to use it. Anyway, when you reach 10,000 steps, it buzzes on your wrist. It's like, and you're like, oh, what's happening? First time that happened, it really freaked me out. But anyway, the only thing I would say with the Fitbit is it's slightly unreliable, I feel, at some points. Don't get me wrong, most of it is great, but let me tell you about a time. It was about a month ago now. I was driving down to Cornwall, and all of a sudden, halfway down the M4, it starts buzzing like, you've just done 10,000 steps. And I'm like, am I running or am I driving? Apparently, that whole day I did 17,000 steps when I was in the car for most of it. You drunk, Fitbit. You go home, Fitbit. Talking to an inanimate object. What have I become? I've become one with the stars. So I'm a little bit skeptical about how it actually works, but one of the great things about it is it literally takes half an hour maybe to charge to a full 100%, which is amazing. Okay, so now we've got all of the equipment and stuff done. I just want to chat about my thoughts about the whole thing. I only started this project in July, it is now October. I haven't had a virtual clinic yet because I had to go in for my last one because it was my annual review results anyway. But I'm very excited to have a virtual clinic. Hello, this is Kate from the future. I just wanted to pop on and say that I've now had a virtual clinic because it is now January, and I just wanted to tell you quickly what that was like and how it all went. So I spoke to my specialist CF nurse on the phone, and she explained how all these virtual clinics work, and she had looked at all of my notes from the last couple of months, all of my data from the Project Breathe app, and we spoke through all of that. We went through medication, symptoms, physio, you name it. We went through it all. So it's pretty much like a normal standard clinic, except that it was done in half an hour, which was amazing, instead of the 3-4 hour, round trip that it takes to go to the hospital. Very much appreciated that. For a self-employed dog walker, I didn't need to take a day off, which is always very handy. So overall, it was really cool to do. Saved time, saved money, petrol money, car park money, lunch money. Time is money. But yeah, very grateful that I'm well enough to be able to take part in these virtual clinics. Hopefully they continue for as long as I am well. I hope I didn't just jinx it. Touch wood. So one of the things that I have really appreciated about this whole Project Breathe is the reassurance it gives so far. So one time I was feeling a bit rough. It was good to see how my body was actually feeling through results, and to check if my lung function had dipped or whatever. So that is quite good to know. And I don't know about anyone else, but I'm a little bit of a worrier. So when it comes to clinic, I am like, oh, has my lung function gone up? Has it gone down? What are we at? Well, no. But when I had my clinic a couple of weeks ago, I did my lung function like the day before, and I was like, okay, we're good. It's at a steady level. And then that kind of made me feel really reassured and really secure going into my clinic appointment. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the whole thing. So yeah. So a couple of things I want to mention is that it is really hard to remember to do it, but what I've been doing more recently is putting it by my bedside table so that I am like reminded of to do it, like when I'm getting ready in the morning or just before I'm about to go to bed. I'm like, oh yeah, let's just do this quick because it only takes seconds. Two things that I have really struggled with this whole project is, first of all, is doing the lung function. It is not exactly a comfortable test to do, as we all know, and that kind of puts me off from doing it. But then, like I say, it kind of balances out because it's reassurance to check how my body is doing, how it's going. The second thing that I've struggled with, which has actually surprised me quite a bit, is actually weighing myself every single day. Now don't get me wrong, I am very grateful to be a healthy weight for someone with CF. I am one of those CFers who can easily put on weight, and I am very, very grateful for that. I don't need feeding tubes, I don't need Scandi shakes, I don't need all of the extra calories. I can just look at a donut and bam, it's gone on my tummy. It's like, wow, CF belly, yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant, boy. Like I say, I'm very grateful for being the weight that I am. But when like the numbers started to go up, I was like, whoa, no. got work done. And then me just stripping off till I'm in my underwear like, how about now? And then I thought to myself, well, maybe it's going up because I'm doing more exercise, you know, muscle weighs more than fat and all of that stuff. So it could be that, or it could be the fact that I had a whole pizza last night and a bottle of wine and some garlic bread. You know, it could be either. It could be either. So apart from that, I'm very excited about this whole Project Breathe virtual clinic thing. I think it's definitely the future of cystic fibrosis clinics, and you never know what could be next. Holographic clinics, VR clinic, virtual reality clinics. You put the goggles on, then suddenly you're in Papworth Hospital like, oh, hey guys! Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it has been a bit of a long video. If you have made it to the end, then give yourself a pat on the back and do some physio while you're at it. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to, because I make videos about cystic fibrosis and mental health and do some comedy skits and all of that lovely stuff. And I will see you in the next one.